ever hear me refer to place patterning, that's what this is, okay? So we're e-collar, conditioning, place, which she already knows. I just use only two things you're gonna be learning today, which is let's go and place. That's really it. So off the mat is let's go. Good. Now you're gonna do a tight turn. It's like a figure eight. So you wanna line him up in front of your dog bed at home. Don't be like this, which is just common, that's why I mention it. You're gonna line him up in front of it and just pause. So I'm just gonna use the leash to make sure he doesn't shoot forward, because I need him to be next. See how he wants to anticipate? He's like, I know what you're gonna say, let me do it. I need him to stay with me. So he doesn't get in trouble or anything. I just do a little bit of leash guidance till he stops trying to go to place. I'm at a 3, and I'm going to tap and hold, then give the information. Have you ever seen or done clicker training or marker training with food? Good food, click food. You know how that association works? It's the same with this. So I'm going to tap e-collar, I'm gonna tap and hold down e-collar at this low, funny feeling, and he's like, what do I do with that place? And then give him the information, okay? So, and you'll kind of hear it click a bit. Place, and then I'm off the button, because he's gonna move with me nicely. So as soon as he's on place, I'm off the button, okay? So I'm conditioning on, off. That's why it's like a leash, on, off. It's the same thing. Look at it as the same thing. If he was hopping on place quickly, then I would only need to tap. So look at it as a leash, and that'll kind of answer a lot of your questions. Let's go. I'm gonna do a tiny circle again, line him up. That's my figure 8 that I was mentioning. We pause. He doesn't have to SIT or anything. We just pause for a second. Then I'm place, off the button. Now because Chris came in, he felt the 3 initially, but then he stopped feeling the 3. And that's okay. If he was gonna continue to linger, I'd just go to a 4. Okay, so I'll show you that right now. Let's go. Christy, back there for half a second.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to a 4. So watch his response. We'll see if we see anything, if it's too much. I don't want him to see it. I'm doing this so you can see it. Oh, big yawn. Place. Yeah, so you saw that, right? So he's back on place. There we go. So I'm gonna stick with my 3. Even though Chris is a distraction, my 3 was fine. Because that big response, I'm no longer, you can go by now, thank you. I'm no longer conditioning. That's more of me being demanding. Does that make sense? So when you get this, like, what is that? What, I'm looking, what do you want? That's getting a bit too demanding, not conditioning. That's why I want you to keep things as easy and low key as possible, so we can just positively condition it at apparently a 2-3 inside with no distractions. You pouting? That looks like a pout. You're doing good. Yeah, good. Let's talk about affection real quick. I've been giving a little bit of affection while working him, because I'm a new person in a new place, new scary thing. You probably, any affection you give, wait till the end of your training, okay? And make sure it's calm. Good boy. Not go, oh yeah. No, just, good job, buddy. Good job. Just like slow, scratchies. Oh yeah, just calming. Calming. Yeah, there you go.
Is that the kind of affection I should always give? Like, or...
Honestly, yeah. Like, we want 80 to 90% of your touch with your dog to be wrapped up in calm, confident, loving affection. Excitement affection should be, in my opinion, just from what I've seen with how dogs perceive their owners, excited affection should be less, because you don't want your dog to see you and constantly shoot up at that excitement level, because that's your relationship. Every time you touch your dog, most of the time it's yeah. So then it's really hard for them to listen to you when you want to calm them down, because most of your interaction is up here, right? So I like to say like 80-90% of your affection with your dog should be calm. When it's not calm, when it's exciting, it should be more like recall work. Like, come, yeah, good job, buddy, and you're just playing, and you know, that's fine. I'm not saying don't do that. I'm just saying if that's most of what you do, then you'll have a relationship issue. You know what I mean? And especially if you're trying to teach something new, if you're excited, it just makes the brain get excited, and then it's harder for them to learn new things. And so that's why everything should just be kept as calm as possible. Sometimes I do need to be more excited to motivate a dog, but not very often. Not very often. Usually I need to be calming the dog down and helping them focus, which is either leash, e-collar, body language, food. You can use food, but if I'm using food right now, it's good. Food. It's still very low key. It's not like puppy, yay, good. That left a long time ago. Like 7, 8, 9 weeks old, maybe 10 weeks old, and you're already phasing into calmer food work. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind. All right, let's go, dude. Let's go. So I'm back down to I'm gonna go even lower. Since that 4 was too much for him, I'm gonna go to a 2. You're pitiful. Sensitive pup. So I'm gonna tap and hold before I give the information. Place. Off the button. I don't care about sit or down. He's doing that automatically. But when you get home and you do this for 10, 15 minutes, he doesn't have to sit her down right away. He will eventually, just out of being tired. You don't have to ask for it. You just pause. Let's go.
Are you clicking that on Let's Go?
No, you can. I had to some earlier because he's tired and he didn't want to get off the bed. He's like, I'll stay here. So I was tapping for that too. Yeah, but you don't have to. I'm gonna go back up to my 3, see if we see a response out of him. So, place. Yeah, I like 3. Oh, you saw a little bit of a head toss though. Maybe I will go to 2. We'll do 2 for a bit. I don't want to overwhelm him. That's important. So we'll hang with 2 or 3. Go back to 3. Let's go. Good. Place. Off the button. So see how I'm right there with him every step of the way? Good. Let's go. Yeah, good job. Good. Do you see how much more excited he got with head pets than body pets? Yeah, so it's like, that's why stick to more body. Good boy, if you're gonna give affection, especially while you're working. Good. Place. Off the button. So I'm making this super easy. I'm stopping with him, right? That's stage 1. Stage 2, and you'll learn both stages today. Let's go. It's not enough that he just understands to be prompted to go to place with e-collar. Do a little mini setup. So what that looks like is I'm gonna continue walking. Hey bud, chill out. I'm gonna continue walking and I'm gonna go back on the button when he steps off. All right, so I'll show you what I mean about this situation. He's not focused. I've got a choice. I could reset him and focus him up nicely, but I'm going to just challenge him this way. So place, good. Place. You see what I mean? So once he's on, I'm off the button, but I continue moving, he steps off, and then I guide him back. So he starts to understand how to turn e-collar off. Okay, we call it proofing. I think you're kind of setting your dog up a little bit. Let's go. And you can do it pretty quickly. You'll do 5 to 10 regular ones and then go to this pretty quickly. Place. This is why having a trained dog is so much easier to teach e-collar. Because he's like, oh, you that's what you want from me. Because you've already trained him, on this stuff. So it makes it easier. And faster. Good job, bud. Let's go. He gets pretty wild when he sees his folks, so have him settle before you hand him over. Line him up this time. There we go. Place. Good. Off the button. Place. Good. Nice. Good job. Good boy. Do one more. So this direction seems to be throwing him more because you're right there. He's looking at you and he's not as focused, and so that's why he's tripping up. So we'll do this direction one more time. Let's go. Let's go, bud. Good. See how he does third time. Because you got to remember, he's not getting in trouble, so it may not resonate with him. You know, you might feel like you're stuck in this spot of always resetting him, but he'll get it. It's all right. Place. Off the button. Ooh, look at you. Nice. He's getting it. Pause. Hold. Yep.
Yes.
Perfect. And pause. And then let's go.
Let's go.
Tiny turn. Yeah, just pull him up a little and then pause. Yeah, there you go. He's just anticipating, which is fine. And he can lay down. I don't care. Let him, if he lays down, let him settle for a second, then just do place.
Place.
And pause. Nice.
Let's go.
And then relax your arm. Give him a chance to catch up. There you go. Do a little pressure for no sniffing. He doesn't get in trouble. Just do pressure. Yeah, till he just kind of stands there. Now do it.
Place.
Nice. And then let's go.
Let's go.
Relax that arm. There you go. Now do pressure again. See, the reason I want you to relax your arm when you're turning, don't just pull him around, is because you got to give him room to make a mistake. If you just pull him around and manipulate his movement, you're not giving him room to make that sniffing mistake. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, relax. You go ahead and just do it now.
Place.
Just guide him on if, oh, never mind. If he didn't know what place was, like if you had never taught him this stuff, you would have to be so much heavier manipulation-wise with the leash, but this is looking great.
Let's go.
All right. Keep going. Yeah, there you go. What a good boy. He may not give us a setup today. Maybe we'll pull out a distraction or something. Go ahead and just do it again. Coming this way.
Let's go.
Remember, if he wants to sit her down next to you, go ahead and let him. And give him a second before you do PLACE. There you go. Now go ahead and do it.
Place.
What a good boy. He doesn't care about me. I tried to be a distraction. I see that big breath. So what we'll do is I'll grab a toy.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, he's all ready. Go ahead and tap and hold. There you go.
Let's go.
And pause. Just with leash guided. Yeah, perfect. Go ahead.
Place. Place.
Keep on the button. Woohoo, that's hard. So why don't you put yourself on the other side of the cot. That way you set yourself up to go in the same direction, but go to a 4 on your e-collar. And we'll do this till we see a bit of a softer reset. What I mean by softer is that you had to work really hard to get him to back onto place. 4, 5, 6, the dog is like, what? And it softens them to be more easily guided. So we're gonna play. So just go in the same direction and we'll do the same thing.
Go this way.
Yep. You're gonna go off that way, just like you just did. Go ahead and tap and hold. And more guidance. There you go. Good. Woo. Someone is toy motivated. Go ahead and do your place.
Place.
Off the button. On the button.
Place.
There you go. So even though he's tossing his head, he needs that 4. You know what I mean? Because of the high distraction, because that was much smoother. He didn't do like a clean disengagement, but did you feel how much easier it was to reset him when he stepped off? Yeah, so that was good. Do the same thing again. Go to the other side of the cot to set yourself up for the walking off. And same thing.
Let's go.
I won't even squeak it again. I don't think I need to. I think that was a little bit too hard for him. There you go. Give him a second. Go ahead and tap, say place. Tap and hold.
Place.
There you go, off the button. Oh, on.
Place.
There you go. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like to be this nitpicky with brand new people, but I think you should go ahead and learn what you're looking at. When you first say place and hold down that 4, and he's tossing his head quite a bit, the 4 is honestly a bit too much. It really is. But he needs more like a 5-6 for stepping off right here. Does that make sense?
Right.
So even myself, I'm not probably quick enough to be at a 2, 3, and then jump up to a 6 that quickly. I'd probably overshoot it or something. So this is what I'd like you to do. You're gonna have to really think about this. You're doing so great, so I think you can do it. Go to a 5. And you're gonna do the same thing again, but do not cue him on place. Just say place, because 5 is too hot. And when he steps off, do the 5.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Let's try it. Let's see what it looks like. Go ahead and do a little problem solving.
Let's go.
Just pull him around for now.
Place.
5.
Place.
Better, much better. Now I think that's enough. I think you get the gist.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I would like it if he would stop coming off, but because he's so sensitive, why don't you go ahead and go back down to your 3, and we'll stop with the distraction. Sorry. We'll stop with the distraction and just go back to some easy ones, because I don't want to finish on that. And then we'll move on to your next exercise, and then you'll be done. Think, how can I make this easier for him before we finish? Don't end when it's hard. Find a way to make it easier. Even if you just don't even use that. Like maybe you had to have a higher level because someone came in and you wanted to work off that. Then it ended up being a bit too much for him. Just do a few easy repetitions without it at all, before you quit. Because we do that all the time. Like Chris might come in, my husband, and I might be at a 7 because he will not soften at all. And then he's like, whoa, what? And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna use it for a few reps. Then I might do a few at a 2, and then we're done.
Okay.
So you see what I mean? When you get really sensitive dogs, that kind of thing is important. Go ahead and just drop the leash and have a seat. We'll see if he gets up. What a good boy.